For my second favorite small gun, another gun that I would trust my life to and do and carry all the time, I've carried it as a backup weapon at work, is the Smith & Wesson J-frame, specifically fond of the Model 642. I've owned several other J-frames, and I like them all. The Model 37 and some of the other ones with a hammer can kind of give you problems if you're trying to carry them concealed because they can poke you, but they're great guns. They're fantastic. I forget, this one's unloaded once again, I forget sometimes that I've got them on. On the ankle they're not really a problem because they don't weigh much, and they're fairly small profile. The fattest part of the gun is the cylinder, and it's actually about the same width as a Glock slide, maybe just the tiniest bit wider. But you can see the rest of the gun is absolutely thin and slim. This particular one's one of the only guns I've ever owned that has any aftermarket gunsmithing to it. This gun's had a trigger job done by somebody who knew what they were doing, and the trigger's been polished. I've done quite a bit of shooting with this gun. One thing when you do a trigger job on a revolver, especially one that doesn't have a hammer, this is double action only. You want to make sure that they get the spring weight correct so that your hammer strikes will be solid enough to detonate the primer every time. Like I said, this one's been tested. I know it works, but you sometimes will get a gun like this back from a gunsmith and go to the range, and every fourth or fifth round won't go off because your hammer's not hitting your firing pin's not hitting the primer hard enough. So something you need to check out and discuss with a gunsmith ahead of time if they're going to do any work. But you can see that the trigger's shiny. It's been polished, it's smooth, and it allows the trigger to roll on my finger. The mechanism's been cleaned up a little bit, and I can actually rotate the cylinder and stage the trigger without the gun going off, so that I can get a little bit more. If I want to make a precision shot, I can just hold until I'm ready to break the trigger, and the trigger's light enough I can do that. It gives me, it's not anywhere near as smooth as thumb cocking a revolver and firing single action, but it works really well for me. The other thing you see on this gun is the clip draw, which at $10 is an awesome bargain. It's not as secure as a holster, but if I'm not carrying on the ankle, this is my favorite way to carry. I can put this gun on with a pair of shorts and a t-shirt and some flip-flops on vacation, and nobody ever knows it's there. It helps if you have a little spare tire to hide it, but it's an excellent concealed carry gun, and I do not feel undergunned with it. You've only got 5 shots, and it takes a little bit of practice to get reloading down with these. But Safariland has some excellent speed loaders for these as well. The Safariland speed loaders actually have a device that engages the back of the cylinder and dumps the rounds automatically without you having to manipulate a knob on the back of the speed loader. But probably have done a lot more and do a lot more carry with this than I do with a Glock 26. If I knew I was going into a fight, I would relegate this as a backup and carry something more substantial like a rifle or a shotgun and then a bigger pistol. But as something where you just don't want to leave the house without a gun, or you're on vacation and or printing or revealing the fact that you have a gun on is something you really want to avoid, these things are the way to go. I bashed the Kel-Tec a little bit. I've never personally had any problems with these. And there's a lot of them out there. They've been in production for at least half a century, different styles and stuff. I don't know when the stainless steel versions came in and all that, but the Model 36 and the Model 60 are old guns, and old gun designs, and they're proven, and they're great guns for law enforcement, for backup, and concealed carry and that kind of thing. So I highly recommend these things, the 642 in particular, but there's a whole range of Smith & Wesson J-frames out there, and snub noses, and 357 and other calibers as well. The clip draw is awesome. It's a must-have accessory. I've had a few hang-ups with these, running them with ankle holsters, but occasionally, this will snag on stuff through your pants, and I've had it bent out of shape a couple times, but I was able to actually just open the cylinder and bend it back into place by hand, but bend it back in place and then hold it there, you know, for a minute or two, and it'll retain its shape. So it's a super gun, and combined with that clip, a great low profile carry system. You can see the clip draw here on the side of the 642. You just replace a couple of the frame screws and it mounts on there. Get your pants or whatever stuck between the clip and the cylinder. Never had any negative effects from having the clip draw on. Like I said, it's gotten bent a couple times, but I easily fixed that. It's a great accessory.